Hello, welcome to another episode of Snail Mail with Smokey. I hope you're having a great day wherever you're at. In today's episode, I want to share with you some Machin stamps. That's right, Machin stamps. Before we look at the stamps, I want to ask you a question. Do you ever buy or receive or acquire stamps and they just kind of disappear? That happens to me a lot. I buy stamps online quite a bit. People send me stamps. People give me stamps. And I'll place them in a box or a binder or on my shelf and think, hey, I will sort those, catalog those, and get those into their new homes really, really quick. And then that doesn't always happen. And so that was the case with the Machin stamps that I'm going to show you today. Last year, in fact, my sister-in-law gave me some stamps. Her father was a stamp collector. He was in the military, so he was able to collect stamps from all around the world. And so she gave me some stamps from his collection, and in those stamps was a rather large Ziploc bag full of loose Machin stamps. So I was very happy to receive them, kind of placed them in a box, and that was it. And then a couple weeks ago, my wife and I were doing some spring cleaning. I was cleaning out my office, and lo and behold, I found all of these stamps that I had bought and acquired and forgot about. And so in that was this Ziploc bag of Machins. So what I did is I spent the day organizing them and sorting them and putting them in these stock pages. And I will show you those very, very soon. I'm going to repeat this, I'm sure, but I am not a specialized Machin collector. I just collect Machin stamps because I love them. So I'm sure some of you out there who have been collecting Machins for a long time know a whole lot more about them than I do. This video is not a tutorial on Machin stamps. I'm just showing you some that are in my collection that I think are really nice stamps. All right, having said that, let's move over to the work table and we'll take a look at these stamps. See you in a second. All right, here we are at the work table. I just want to show you these Machin stamps that I have sorted and placed in these stock pages. A little bit of history about the Machin series. First of all, do you know that there are thousands of varieties of the Machin stamp? It's said that there are approximately 320 billion copies of the Machin portrait that have been produced. The Machin series of postage stamps was and is the most definitive series that has ever been used in the United Kingdom. It's been used since June 5th, 1967. This was, in fact, the second series of stamps to feature the image of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. It replaced the Wilding series, and then the last issue was on April 4th, 2022, just 4 months before the passing of Queen Elizabeth II on September the 8th of that year. So this series of stamps was designed by Arnold Machin, and it is a simple sculpted profile of the Queen, and there is the profile of the Queen and a denomination, and they are almost always in a singular color. Arnold Machin was a sculptor, an artist, and a stamp and coin designer. His design for the effigy of the Queen was approved by the Queen in 1966 to be used on what we now know as the Machin series of stamps. The image that Machin designed was first used on the postage stamps as well as coins. Later in 1984, the image of the Queen was replaced for the coinage of Great Britain, but the Machin image stayed on the postage stamps. Matter of fact, there were a few attempts to replace this image on the definitive postage stamps of Great Britain, but all of those attempts were shot down by the Queen herself. For those of you who collect Machin stamps, you might be interested to know that in the year 2000 edition of the Scott Catalog, that the Scott Standard Postage Stamp Catalog began listing all the Machin stamps in the back of the book. So they're listed after the regional stamps for the United Kingdoms and before British stamp booklets. So the stamps are listed with the prefix MH, which stands for Machin head, and then the Scott revision of numbers not only collected the Machins in one place for easy reference and identification, but it also assigned a major Scott number for each Machin stamp. So prior to the 2000 Scott Catalog, if you were collecting Machin stamps, you had to look through the entire Scott Catalog because they were just scattered chronologically through the rest of the Great Britain listing. And so many of the Machin stamps were listed only as a minor variety or as part of a booklet pane, and that was a real problem for people who like to collect Machin stamps. So if you have a Scott Catalog that is 2000 or newer, then all the stamps are going to be listed right there in the same place for you. So yeah, these are the stamps that were gifted to me by my sister-in-law. We'll just run through these real quick. Now, I am not a specialized collector of Machins. I collect Machins because I like them. I think it is a classic design. It is simple, elegant, and beautiful. And so that's why they collect them. I certainly don't get into the the finite details of each Machin. I know that it is a highly specialized area of collecting, and that there are people who have a far greater knowledge than I have about the Machin series, all the different colors, denominations, variations. I collect them because I like the stamp, and so I collect what I like. All these 3-pence blue were in the stamps that my sister-in-law gave me, and I really like this 3-pence blue. Best I can surmise from the research, all these stamps are from the early 1970s, which kind of corresponds with when her dad was collecting. So yeah, like I said, I'm not a specialized collector of Machins. I just collect them because I like them. I think they are a beautiful stamp. Now, if you're wondering about these stock pages that I have these in, this is these particular pages. They are called Stamp Protector pages. You get 5 pages in this packet. These were $4.99 for 5, so they're $1 each. These are 8 pockets. As you can see, they come in different pockets. They come in one large pocket, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, well, however many pockets you want. You can get in these pages. They are acid free and they are non-stick, which is very important. These come from a hobby and craft store called Hobby Lobby. If you live here in the U.S., you're probably familiar with Hobby Lobby. Our local Hobby Lobby, which is about 45 minutes away from me, has a small section of stamp and coin collecting things. And so if I need some of these, I'll go buy them there. You can buy them off of the internet, Amazon, eBay, and places like that. And there are different companies that make them. This just happens to be the ones that I purchased recently. All right, so that is a look at these Machin stamps. Let's go back to the desk and we'll finish up this video. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed looking at those Machin stamps as much as I enjoy having them in my collection. Let me know what you think about them. Do you collect Machins? Also, do you think there'll ever be another series of stamps released by any country that has as much influence and longevity as the Machin series of stamps? I don't think there will be, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. A couple of housekeeping items before we are finished with today's video. First of all, thank each and every one of you who wished me a happy birthday, whether by sending me a message or telling me on Instagram. I really appreciate it. I had a really great birthday. Got to go out to dinner a couple of days before my birthday with my daughters and sons-in-law, and then went out to dinner the day of my birthday with my wife. Received some really cool gifts. A couple of those are stamp/snail mail related, and I'm going to be sharing those with you in upcoming videos. One I'll share with you pretty soon in the next week or two. The other might take a little longer, and I'll explain why when I share that with you. But very thankful. Had a great birthday. So thank each and every one of you for reaching out and sending me birthday greetings. Also, I want to thank all of you for commenting on my last video when I was talking about the full sheets of stamps and what I should do with them. I was overwhelmed by your comments and your suggestions, and surprised by the broad variety of suggestions. And I know some of you said that you were eager to know what I decided to do with those full sheets of U.S. stamps. Well, I don't know yet. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with them. I think I'm going to probably choose all of the above. I think I'm going to use some of them for postage. I'm going to keep a few of them in my collection, and then I'm going to send a large part of them back into the world and back into the collecting world to people who I know will appreciate them and value them. So yeah, my choice is probably not A, B, or C. My choice is probably D, all the above. But that's just what I'm thinking right now. If and when that changes, I will certainly let you know. All right, that's it for today's episode of Snail Mail with Smokey. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button. Also hit the bell icon so you can be notified when future episodes are uploaded on YouTube. And also, I'm on Instagram. It's snail_mail_smokey on Instagram. There's a link to my Instagram account in the description of this video. I would really appreciate it if you follow me on Instagram. That's about the only social media platform that I'm really active on as far as Snail Mail with Smokey is concerned. So hop over to Instagram and give me a follow. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Until I see you next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.